One.
How we doing, guys? Welcome to the first ever Rogue Bets Betting with Bill podcast, video cast, live stream, whatever you want to call it. Guest, of course, my guy, Tycoon at FF_Tycoon. My guy, the guy that got me into Rogue Bets, brought me aboard. How we doing? All good?
Doing great, man. I'm pretty pumped. You know how I feel about you as a fantasy and betting mind, so I'm stoked that you're doing the show officially with us now. I'm stoked that week one is here, and honestly, can't wait to hear about your bets. Usually I have a little bit more of a lean knowing where you're going, but this is actually going to be pure surprise for me, so I'm pretty pumped to talk about how you and I are going to make a little money this weekend.
I've not leaked anything, not leaked anything to you, so it's going to be a surprise to you as it is for everybody else. But before we get into the bets, I can see you're all dressed up in your Niners attire.
You know it.
Looking forward to the Bears game.
I can't wait, man. The launch of the Trey Lance era. I'm just ready to hopefully see him go out with a good performance. Just kind of end all this Jimmy G Trey talk that has not stopped since he resigned, and just get back to what actually matters, and that's the team on the field. I'm so pumped.
As it so happens, the first bet of the day does involve the Niners and the Bears game, and it does involve one of your San Francisco 49ers. I can't stop looking at this line, and I'm hammering it. Brandon Ayuk over 47.5 receiving yards. I was on him last season. He burnt me in week one last year, obviously, as he did many people when Kyle Shanahan obviously decided that he wasn't good enough to see the field or it upset him. But all the news that's come out of Niners camp is that, he's built that rapport with Trey Lance, and he looks like the guy that we expected him to be last year. We just discussed before we went live, George Kittle looks like he's not going to play, and if he does, as you said to me, he's probably going to be more of a decoy than he is actually a receiving threat. Just opens up more of a target share that's available for Brandon Ayuk. And I digged up and I did a little bit of digging. Trey Lance last year, he started in week 17 against the Houston Texans. He saw 100% of the snaps. Brandon Ayuk's stat line on that day, 4 receptions for 94 yards. I wouldn't be surprised to see something around there yard-wise, but I'm expecting him to have a few more receptions or at least a few more targets than the 6 he had in that game. I'm a big fan of Trey Lance. I know you are too. And I think that Ayuk is going to be the guy that, it's a little bit like, I know we've compared Trey Lance to Josh Allen before, and people go, don't put that on him too early. But a little bit where we all know that Stephon Diggs is the man in Buffalo, same as we all know that Deebo Samuel is the man in San Francisco. But it doesn't mean that Gabe Davis isn't going to get his. It doesn't mean that Brandon Ayuk isn't going to get his. I think he's going to want to make up for the mess that happened in week one last year where he barely saw the field. And I think that when I was looking, I was expecting that line to be closer to 60, for it to be sitting under 50 against a Bears defense that I'm not high on. They're going to be wanting to take away Trey's first read, which we expect to be Deebo Samuel. We could see a lot of Brandon Ayuk one-on-one with rookie corner Kyler Gordon, who I'm a big fan of. I liked Kyler Gordon coming out, but he's not much of an athlete. He's just a little bit raw, I thought, and that's why he slipped into the second round. Yeah, so I'm smashing Brandon Ayuk over 47.5 receiving yards.
And he was, I think, 40.5 or 41.5 earlier in the week, so he's been rising towards the weekend. Yeah, he's going to be facing off against the rookie corner. The Bears are a bottom 3 team in the league. I expect this to be a bottom 5 defense on the whole over the course of the year. The only fear I have, and I'm hoping the forecast plays ball with us, is the wind could be a factor. If the wind's blowing 20 plus, I mean, thankfully Trey Lance has an absolute cannon and should be able to cut through the wind to a degree.
He's got a cannon.
He can fire up the fastball, but it's still not going to make me the most comfortable. If he's relegated to having to really focus more on the short passing game, I think that plays more into favorable situations for Deebo. And it'll probably be a run-heavy game. I don't think it's going to be the driest of conditions that we're going to be looking at either. That said, under 50 yards, frankly, for Ayuk is just seemingly silly, for lack of a better word.
Exactly. That's what it is.
So,
anything
I'm all
under
over
50.
this. And Deebo, frankly, he's only at 55.5 on underdog where I'm taking him. So,
I think I saw him at 56.5 earlier where I'm looking. Obviously, over here in Blighty. Maybe some slightly different lines. But yeah, I like Debo too. I just feel like with
the value
Debo, the value there with Ayuk. Debo, he should beat that line, but he's going to be the guy that the Bears decide, that we have to take him away. With no George Kittle, we have to take Debo away. You can beat us, but he's not going to be the guy that beats us. And I just think anything under 50 for Brandon Ayuk is, I've got to take it. If you're giving me under 50 receiving yards, I've got to take it. And hopefully if the Niners can establish that run game, which we know they want to do, we know that they're more than capable of doing. All that does eventually, as the game wears on, is leave bigger shots down the field for Brandon Ayuk to get one-on-one looks. And like we said, we know Trey Lance has got an arm to cut through the wind and get the ball down there.
And you got to think, okay, maybe I'm just making assumptions or projecting, but there's going to be an ego play or two in there for Kyle and Trey against a team like Chicago here in week 1.
Yeah.
After just all of the discourse over the last few months, I got to think they're going to try and have a kind of play.
Yeah, do you know what? I don't think there's a better offensive mind at scheming one open either than Kyle Shanahan. For me, he's a genius. Kyle Shanahan's an offensive genius, and there's going to be, like you say, two or three big plays that he's schemed up that make Trey look like a guy that he put his neck on the line to take as high as he did. And like you said before, all the Jimmy Garoppolo stuff and all the noise about, he's still here, he's the backup. No, we're all going to sit there after the Bears game and go, oh, that's why Trey Lance went as high as he did. Oh, that's why they gave all them first-round picks to say Trey Lance. He just brings a different... he's a completely different player to Jimmy Garoppolo. He's an athlete with a cannon, which is why I link him to Josh Allen, liking him to Josh Allen. And I'm expecting big things from Lance this season. I'm expecting big things from Ayuk in week 1. So yeah, smashing that over 47.5 receiving yards line. Right, on to my next one. I've got Miles Sanders over, again, it's 47.5, over 47.5 rushing yards against the Detroit Lions. Now look, Miles Sanders, I know there was some noise about him. Is he fit? He is not on the injury report. He's completely fit for week 1. He will be the lead back for Philadelphia. Now, I looked at some of his stats like I did with Ayuk. I pulled some of his stats. Now, Sanders had a bit of an up and down season last year. He had some injuries. But in his last 5 games, he was healthy, he had 94 yards against the Saints, 64 against the Giants, 120 against the Jets, and 131 against the then Washington football team. He then had 45 against the Giants. He only played 30% of the offensive snaps, and then he missed the last 2 games of the season. This is an Eagles team that I'm expecting big things off. They're my pick to make out of the NFC and play my Bills in the Super Bowl, funnily enough. And I think against the Detroit Lions team that, it's improved. And they seem to have become everyone's darling. I'm guessing because of Hard Knocks. We all like Dan Campbell.
Partially, yeah.
Yeah. But I think this Eagles team is for real. I think this Eagles team can run on whoever they want to run the ball on. And the Detroit Lions didn't do much to improve a pretty porous run defense that they had from last season. Last year, when these two played off, the Eagles beat them handily, put over 40 points on them. On that day, there were 3 Eagles rushers, including Jalen Hurts, that went over 55 yards. So you're giving me the Philadelphia Eagles lead running back under 50 yards. I'm taking it. I'm smashing it. And I actually love the double here. If you double Ayuk and Miles Sanders, both over 47.5 receiving and rushing, on our market over in the UK, we get nearly 3-1. I'm smashing that as my early kickoff double to start week 1.
So for those that are watching in America, and if you're not in a legal betting state to where you have to use Prize Picks, underdog, sleepers for your prop parlays, same deal, and you might be able to get better lines. Sanders only 46.5 at Prize Picks, and yeah, the payout is 3-1. We call that excuse me here as well. So you will triple your money if you hit those 2. Now, I was skeptical as soon as you said that because, like you said, it's Miles Sanders. But I think you might have sold me because I have been thinking a lot about the Detroit Lions as they have been that darling team due to Hard Knocks. I love Dan Campbell too. I love DeAndre Swift. I know you do too. But yeah, they're watching Hard Knocks, there was actually a line that stuck with me and it made me go back and look more at the defense. And the coaches were bemoaning that in camp, the offense had completed 70% of their passes against the defense. 70%.
And it's not like
and it's Jared Goff throwing the ball, David Blau throwing the ball, Tim Boyle throwing the ball. And I mean, I know everybody loves Amon-Ra. I love St. Brown as well. But it's DJ Chark and Amon-Ra St. Brown, and it's not, this isn't Chase and Higgins out there. So, and I know it's also just camp, but still, they did nothing really to improve the run defense. I mean, they added Aiden Hutchinson, who is going to be excellent for the pass rush, and I'm excited about him, but I don't know that he's going to be a huge difference maker in terms of run stopping. So that's
Hutch isn't a guy that wants to crash inside and stop the run. He wants to pin his ears back and get after the passer.
Right.
This is another
the
game.
Eagles are going to be a powerhouse, and offensively, you're right.
They are going to run the ball on whoever they want to run the ball on. Adding AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, Dallas Goedert. So you can't just sell out to stop the run because they've got legit guys down the field. You've got to worry about containing Jalen Hurts. You've got to worry about stopping the traditional run game, and you've got to worry about 3 studs in the passing game. And this is an Eagles team that has one of the best O-lines in football.
Yeah. That's really what it is, the line.
And for me, you're giving me the lead running back under 50 yards. I think if he stays healthy, if he plays over 50% of the snaps, I think this is a banker. One line from the game I was looking for, I couldn't find. I was looking for the tackles and assist totals for Alex Anzalone and Manny Rodriguez. Couldn't find them, but I'm assuming they'll come out closer to game time, and I'll keep a look on them. And obviously, if you're in our Discord channel and them lines come out to what I like, then I will post something in there for you guys in the Discord.
Yes. So speaking of that, if you don't mind, I'll just want to jump in and say, yes, please join our Discord. You can go to my profile. It's posted on a variety of tweets. You can also just look it up. It's the Rogue Fantasy Rogue Bet server there on Discord. Bill is one of our experts, along with myself. We have Carpet Fox. We have Nick Sarnelli. We have Wardy. We've got 2 Britons. So how about that? We're international here. And but anyways, this is the best way to keep up with our picks in real time. That's one of the first places they will generally be posted. I mean, anything I post will be. And it's also great, obviously, for engagement and discussion about these bets. If you have questions about why we're making these bets, if either the write-up included or if there wasn't a write-up, wasn't satisfactory as to why, you can still ask, and we can break it down. But
that's the whole point of it, man. That's the whole point of Discord. What did we go? Did we go something 10-2 with the opening game?
10-2 for the opener, collectively as a team.
10-2 for the opener. Yes. So look, you're getting guys that know ball in there. You're getting guys that know fantasy, that know the betting aspect of the game. And look, it's not going to be 10-2 all season, but it's a good start, and I think we can build on that with these 2 bets. And look, it's just these 2 for today. Just these 2 for the first episode. We're going to keep it short and sweet. But like I said, you join that Discord. It's going to be in my channel on the Discord platform, where the little write-ups that I give. We had Matt Stafford to throw an interception against the Bills. Obviously, that hit times 3. That was free money.
It hit immediately.
Just giving us money. Yeah, just giving us money. And like Tycoon said, there's a little write-up in there. If the write-up isn't there, or it's not satisfactory, ask the question. That's what we're there for.
And one final note here regarding your show here, Bill. Obviously, anybody watching notices this is on the Fantasy Boardroom channel. That will not be the case moving forward. This is due to some technical difficulties with the Rogue Fantasy channel, the Rogue Bets channel. So starting next week, you should anticipate seeing this on a different channel, but it still will be. You'll see it posted by me, by Bill, by other members of Rogue, and of course in the Discord. So just keep an eye out for that and for that channel. But thank you for joining us here for the debut. Still had to kick it off. There's still bets to make, so we weren't going to let a little technical problem stop us from getting Bill's picks out for you. Yeah,
got to get some value to the people, no matter how.
No matter how. It never stops. Never stops. The show must go on.
That's it. Exactly. Right. I think that's good. Just a quick 15 minutes. First episode. Get a couple of bets out, guys. Let us know if you get on the bets. Let us, fingers crossed, are going to come in as a winner. I like them. Seems like Tycoon likes them. So, keep our fingers crossed, get that money on, and let's win together.
Let's win together, baby.